midst of a drought that started in the middle of the summer. Our Chase Campbell talked with some local farmers about what they are doing to get through.
Washington County farmers are enduring a drought that stretched on for months. Todd Stacy, a fifth-generation member of the Stacy family that's operated the family farm in Washington County for decades, says they thankfully have a fairly sophisticated irrigation system to rely on, but even that comes with some downsides.
For us, it's just been a hard-working summer. We have irrigation that has allowed us to continue to get crops to grow, but it just creates a lot of work. We're pumping water, we're moving handset irrigation, we're moving a traveling irrigation gun you can see here. So every day there's that, and then that causes just more work, but we're at least able to get a crop to grow.
Stacy says getting water out of wells using pumps powered by electricity is also costly, a problem shared by David Westfall, who farms on acreage a few miles north of the Stacy's farm on Route 7.
We pump out of wells on this farm, and of course it's electric, and of course the electric bill goes up, then you have to man it.
Westfall says that while he can irrigate some of his crops, like strawberries and tomatoes, it's not an option for field crops like soybeans and field corn. That hurts his overall yield from the season.
We're going to get something, but the beans, in the pods, they didn't develop right, up in the tops, then the beans really small. And the field corn, there's going to be some field corn, but the yield's not going to be there, maybe half yield.
For farmers facing similar conditions, Westfall says the outlook can be bleak.
Financially, it's devastating to some. If you never saved any money over the years, this is a really bad year. There's going to be a lot of broken hearts at the end of it.
Ken Schilling doesn't have irrigation for the alfalfa he grows on his farm. One field he seeded 5 years ago is surviving, though it's not unaffected by the drought.
It's got a tremendous root system that's very deep, and so it grows. I've cut 4 cuttings of alfalfa off of it, and as the drought goes, the cuttings, of course, become less.
A younger field on his farm isn't quite as resilient.
It's really struggling. We planted the alfalfa about a month ago. It's should be 4 to 6 inches in height. Right now, it's barely an inch in height.
A lower alfalfa yield is a problem for Schilling because it's a source of hay he sells to other farmers. Schilling's own cattle need more hay than usual now because the drought has left the pasture they normally use for grazing in a poor state.
Pasture is next to nothing. At this time, typically, it's totally dark green, and it's typically 4 to 5 inches in height.
Less food for Schilling's cattle, coupled with the stress of the drought itself, affects the cows in more ways than one. He says his feeder calves are 100 pounds lighter now than they were at the same time last year. The drought has also affected his brood cows.
They normally have calves in March, but because of the hot weather, there is probably a third of them that won't calve until May instead of March. So it's affected my breeding program as well.
Schilling says that means at this time next year, he'll again have calves that weigh less than normal, even without a drought. For other farmers enduring the drought, Schilling advises them to look into aid they may be able to receive from the United States Department of Agriculture Farm Service Agency.
Got myself signed up for a subsidy, which is going to help me, purchase hopefully some extra feed or whatnot to go along with the limited supply of hay I have for the cattle. I encourage anyone in agriculture to talk to them.
In Washington County, Chase Campbell, WTAP News.